simulation in which the simulated people are conscious. So that might require simulating these virtual people to a level where individual neurons in their brains would be included in the simulation. So if all you're simulating is a kind of two-dimensional little diagram, then obviously there is no conscious experience arising from that. But if you were simulating, say, a brain down to the level of individual neurons, then on many theories, that simulation itself could create consciousness. That what makes something conscious is not that it's built out of carbon atoms like we are inside the brain, but that it implements a certain kind of computation. And so it is, if and when you had the ability to create simulations with that level of granularity, where you could simulate individual brains down to the level of individual neurons and then have sentient people in those simulations, that's when you would create this possibility of running ancestor simulations, and that then is where the simulation argument becomes relevant.
This isn't so much a question as it is just a thought. That's a very cool idea.
Thank you.
So what's the response been like because I've noticed your website, you've got a lot of frequently asked questions, which suggests to me that you've had a fair bit of feedback about this. What was the response like ever since you first published about the simulation theory?
There's been a great deal of interest in it, which is understandable because it kind of does place this interesting constraint on where we might be in the world. And in particular, it seems to force us to take very seriously the possibility that we are in a simulation, which is like a kind of very radical claim. And it's important to understand it's not that we are in a simulation in a metaphorical sense. It's not that we could sort of think of the universe as if it were a digital computation or a cellular automata, that kind of, it's in that it would be a simulation in the literal sense, in that there would be some very intelligent individuals in some advanced civilization that would build a computer and then run some program on that computer, and we would be patterns inside that program.